Have you ever wondered why someone you know changes drastically after getting into a relationship? They act differently, dress differently, and over time stop doing the fun things that always makes them smile. To be candid, not all changes are bad, but it becomes problematic when their individuality and the essence of who they are gets stripped away to the point where you can barely see them smile like they used to, and they become a shadow of themselves. Truth be told, most of us are guilty of losing a part of ourselves as we journey through our relationship. So we've all seen it, lived it, or are currently experiencing it and asking ourselves this question: what happened to me? How do I get back to being me? Well, I'm here to help. Welcome to the Heartfelt Connection podcast. I'm your host, Janet Adetunji, your relationship, sex, and intimacy coach, guiding you through the twists and turns of love, marriage, and meaningful connections centered on faith. In today's episode, we'll delve into a topic on a lot of people's mind: how to love deeply without losing yourself. There's power in embracing individuality within your relationships. So grab a comfy spot and let's explore the art of deep love and self-discovery together. Let's start with, why do we lose ourselves in the first place? Couples may sometimes find themselves losing a sense of individual identity when deeply in love due to several reasons. But it's crucial to recognize and address these factors in order to maintain a healthy balance in their relationship. Here are some few reasons why this might happen. First, it could be out of fear of conflict or fear of losing the other person. So couples might avoid expressing their true feelings or opinions just to avoid conflict. And that just suppresses your individuality because you would see one of them bend over and backwards to please the other person while leaving every bit of themselves without replacing it with something better or getting anything in return. In relationships, the fear of losing oneself is common. I've been there. But remember, your individuality enhances the love you share with your partner. Blending unique individualities, passions, and hobbies is a very beautiful way to strengthen your connection. So let's consider a real life couple. I'm going to call them John and Mary. John is very passionate about photography, just taking pictures of beautiful sceneries and sculptures, while Mary loves gardening. She loves flowers. And instead of viewing this interest as separate, they decided to find a common ground because they've been having issues for a while around that. So John began taking stunning pictures of Mary's vibrant garden. This not only allowed him to pursue his passion for photography, but it also showcased Mary's love for gardening in a visually captivating way. In return, Mary started incorporating some of John's favorite flowers and sculptures in her garden, creating a space that felt personalized for both of them. They also discovered that the act of capturing and preserving these gardening moments through photography became a shared hobby. So this not only allowed them to spend quality time together, but also deepen their connections as they celebrated each other's interest. So by blending their unique passions, John and Mary created a harmonious balance that reflects their individuality, but also fostered a shared sense of joy and fulfillment. So rather than, losing yourself out of the fear of losing the other person, take a moment to share what makes you you, whether it be a goal, a hobby, or passion shared with your spouse, because it is essential to communicate openly and honestly so that your relationship can grow. Another reason why people lose themselves is, I call it overmerging. In excitement of love, some couples may merge their lives too closely, neglecting personal boundaries. While sharing your interests is important, it's equally vital to maintain personal space and individual pursuit. It is okay, 100% okay, to participate in hobbies without involving your partner. You don't have to do everything together. If you want to, that's fine. But it is okay not to. Another reason why people lose themselves is external expectation. There's this societal expectation that comes with a lot of pressure for couples to conform to a certain role or a certain behavior. You have to be together, you have to do things together, you have to show the world how closely knitted and intertwined you are. And this just overshadows your unique personalities. It's important to define your relationship on your own terms rather than on external expectations. Another reason why people lose themselves is their lack of self-awareness. So if you are not fully aware of your own needs, your desires, your boundaries, this lack of self-awareness can contribute to just you losing yourself in the relationship. So I'm going to encourage self-reflection and personal growth. Love should be more of a catalyst for your personal growth, not a hindrance. A practical step would be creating shared goals, like we talked about in the last episode, that aligns with your individual aspirations. This could involve setting fitness goals, career goals, or even travel plans. But supporting each other's self-care routine is equally important. So you could encourage your spouse to take a solo spa day or explore a new hobby that brings them joy. By intertwining your personal growth and self-care, you're nurturing a love that flourishes individually and collectively. So, it is okay to prioritize self-care. You cannot give what you do not have. Take a me time to rest. Socialize with your loved ones. Sometimes people lose themselves to the point where they distance themselves from their family, from their friends. It is okay to socialize with other loved ones except yours, outside of your spouse. Self-care is not a luxury, but it is a necessity. Whether it's a quiet moment of prayer, spending time in nature, a spa day, or simply indulging in your favorite book, it is a reflection of the love you pour into yourself and to others. So, lack of self-awareness can cause people to lose themselves while they love deeply. The final reasons that I will share today on why people lose themselves is codependency. In some cases, couples may develop a codependent dynamic where they rely excessively on each other for emotional validation and support. This sometimes leads to a loss of individual identity. So to maintain a healthy relationship without losing yourself, it's crucial to establish and respect boundaries. Communicate those boundaries openly, build on your self-esteem, and celebrate individual achievements and passions together, or individually too. Balancing togetherness with individuality is key to fostering a strong, resilient, and fulfilling partnership. So, Even though you could be dependent on each other for different things, make sure it doesn't become something that is excessive. Let's talk about practical steps now on how we can really do away with losing ourselves when we love deeply. And some of this I've already mentioned, but certainly maintaining a deep connection in a relationship while preserving your individuality, it requires intentional efforts. So, one of the things that you can do is set and communicate boundaries. Clearly define your personal boundary and communicate them with your partner. Discuss and agree on how much alone time you need or personal space each of you need. So there are times I tell my husband, I'm like, I need a me time, or I need some time to do my podcast, for example, or I need some time to finish up this book. And I would give him a heads up because then he can help me with the girls. So set and communicate your boundaries. And that leads me to the next one is open communication. This is crucial. Establish an open and honest line of communication with your partner. Share your thoughts, your feelings, your aspiration regularly with your spouse. The other thing is for you to give yourself permission to pursue individual hobbies and interests. It is okay. Continue engaging in activities that you're passionate about, and also encourage your partner to do the same. Have a girls' time out. Let your guy go and hang out with his guys. It is okay. Maintain some independency. You want to foster a sense of independence by having separate friend circle and social activities. Now, I would say that it is always good when your spouse knows your circle of friends, but they don't have to be his or her besties, right? All my close friends doesn't have to be besties with my husband. No. So foster that sense of independence. Make decisions that align with your personal value and goals, right? Maintain that independence. Another way is celebrating the differences too, right? Try to find a way to celebrate each other's difference and recognize that it's healthy to have distinct personality and preference. You don't have to have like the same food. You don't have to like the same, movies or genre of movies. You can watch it together and just alternate, right? Celebrate those differences. Set your relationship goals. We talked about this in the last episode. Regularly assess your relationship. Periodically look at yourself and just like, what am I giving to this relationship? And what am I getting from this relationship? Am I getting to the point where I'm resenting things? Discuss your concerns and feelings of imbalance with your spouse. The other thing you can do is prioritize personal growth. I talked about this earlier. You want to focus on self-care and also encourage your partner to do the same. Support each other in your personal growth. Leading to self-care, prioritize those self-care. You want to make sure that you ensure a nurturing of your own well-being. And then finally, I would say create together, but retain your independence. So collaborate on joint projects and activities. However, ensure that you maintain your identity within that partnership. Both of you have strengths in different areas. If you're going to partner on the project, let both your strengths shine forth in that project. Love is a beautiful dance between two souls. each with its own rhythm and unique moves. Remember, a healthy and deep connection in a relationship involves both partners feeling secure in their individuality while cherishing their shared bond. Regular communication, mutual respect, and a commitment to personal growth and self care are very important components in achieving this balance. So, as we wrap up today's episode, I encourage you to take a moment to reflect on what makes you uniquely you. Share these reflections with your partner or friend and encourage them to do the same. Embracing and celebrating your individuality deepens the bond between both of you. Thank you for joining this episode. Loving deeply without losing yourself is an ongoing adventure. Remember, your relationship is unique, and so are you. If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you won't miss out on future episodes. And share this podcast with those you care about. Your thoughts and questions are like treasures to me. So don't be shy. Drop a message on our social media handle at Intimacy Awakening. Share your own experiences. Let's keep this conversation going. You can also share topics you would like us to explore in future episodes. Until next time, keep loving deeply, stay true to yourself, and may your relationships be filled with joy, growth, and a beautiful harmony of two unique hearts. I'm your host, Janet Adetunji.